Alright, what's up? It's me, Mr. B, and we about to get crazy. I just want to show you all some newcomers, some killer perks and shit like this. This is what I'm running right now on this doctor, which is overkill. Like, I don't need all these perks because they run so well together, but these are a lot of really good perks, though. These perks are just a few of the greatest perks in the game. Tinker, it pairs well with Hex Run. Dying is like it pairs well with any Ruin, and Corrupt just helps me get to them before they start popping generators. You can also switch pop out for if I was you, I would probably run Discordance instead with that, and but the thing is, see, with the Doctor, you don't really need tracking perks. But Barbecue and Chili would also be good to run with this build as well. Let's say we was playing someone like the Nurse and shit like that, or you're not just going to play with the Doctor or whatever, so we're just going to show you some really the strongest perks that you can put on a killer. We'll start with the first take, I guess. We're just going to like try to get this done as fast as possible. Agitation pairs well with some of the other perks as really strong, but Agitation isn't really necessary. But so I don't have to refer to it later. It gives you 18%, more. You can go further, in other words, and you're faster. And but the main thing is, well, not the main thing, but the terror radius is also up. So there's some perks like where is it? Like Starstruck and shit like that would pair well with this, just because there's just builds where you can where a higher terror radius is better. That's all. Okay, so a Nurse's Calling, I think it's lost a little bit of its steam. A little bit. It's good on like a Ghostface stealth killer and shit like that. It's still a pretty okay perk. It's better on stealth killers than anything else, though. It's also pretty good on spirits and what have you. Anybody with the lower terror radius usually it does okay with, but it's not one of the strongest perks. There's better tracking perks out there. With Nurse, personally, I like to go with Windows of Opportunity as one of my mains, just because it's such a nice perk. Because as soon as you're in a chase, you're going to be in there. And also, some killers, like, the main way to pick your build is to figure out what your strengths and weaknesses are, and then try to figure out how to stop them. Like, there's some builds that don't have no gen slowdown, but they make the game faster, if that makes sense. Like, they do things faster. Like, this is a perfect example of it, Fired Up. As the game progresses, you're going to be faster at everything you do, pretty much. So, it's not the best perk, though. But there's games like that, like Brutal Strength. I've won with Brutal Strength, Fired Up, everything that does speed no-ed, and they, and most of the time I didn't even get the no-ed, by the way. And then, save the best for last. Like, all that shit, all those speed up things help, which is what I'm going to talk about. Bamboozle is like one of the best M1 killer perks in the fucking game. If you're not a spirit, if you're not, a nurse, Bamboozle is so strong for slowing down loops. If you don't have no range attacks, shit like that, this will end a loop. Like right now, they gotta go to the other loop, or they gotta drop the pallet, or whatever. It just makes the game faster. And if you're making the chases stop faster, then they might have not got as much progress on that Jenny as they wanted. Then you hook them, then you chase them off the Jenny, and then you're in another chase. It's all about, managing your time very well. That's the best advice I can give you. Bitter Murmur, it's really strong as a killer. It's okay. You can only pick 4. I mean, on some killers, I would pick Bitter Murmur. And I don't really see any of the rest of these being meta. That's just my opinion. A lot of these perks are new too, so not really going to be. I'm just going to talk about just the meta ones. People that you might want to look into, investing in. Discordance is great, gives you information, which, like I said, all this is making a good killer build is slowing the game down and speeding the game up. That's it. Ending chases faster, finding chases faster. Like, all that matters to keep them from the time they need to get done with their objectives. So Discordance is a really, really strong perk, and it gets 2 people for 1, and that's 2 people that isn't going to be on the gen. One of them might go back, but once you get that first down, if you can, you just go back, knock them down, then they're in a very big, bad situation. You can slug, there's just multiple, it's very strong, it gives you good information, which puts you in the chase faster, which, in the case, I'd say speeds the game up for you. And there's meme builds too. Enduring, I don't like it, I don't ever use it, but in some killer situations, it's not too bad. Like, I used to like it on the Wraith. When they hit me, I'd uncloak automatically and go hit them. It was just really cool. But Enduring personally is, you have to pair it with Spirit Fury usually, just to get any sort of great value out of it. Sure, they hit you with the pallet, and they'll lose 2 steps maybe, but what the fuck is that 2 steps really? Is it? They're still going to get to the next pallet or something. Usually, depending on map, it's very situational. There's stronger perks out there. Okay. Franklin's Demise I really like, because this one is to slow the game down. So they have to come back and get their shit. And they can't use their med kit no more. They can't use their instant heal. They can't, oh, this guy's teabagging, acting like he's gonna get the hatch. Oh, I smacked him in the face. Oh, you don't have a key no more. You can't get the hatch. And then if he goes to try to pick it up, I'll be wiping my blade. Bam, hit him again. But, I mean, yeah, Franklin's Demise is a game saver when they have a lot of items. I think it's a strong, okay, that's a utility perk. But it also slows the game down. So we'll go with that. Dying Light, there's way better. Just saying, there's better perks out there. Because by the time you get your stacks of Dying Light, hell, there's only 1 generator left. And you're probably headed to end game anyways for not having stronger perks. Now this is where shit gets a little different. Never really used crowd control, but I probably wouldn't use it as a meta perk. It would speed the game up for you, because it'd stop, it'd make you in chases faster. Same way with Bamboozle. Devour Hope, Haunted Ground, Lullaby, but actually it's a little better because you're not the one that has to vault. Once they vault, then they block it, so you could put some mind game elements there too. So I guess it's not too bad. I wouldn't make it part of my thing. Hex Run, Hex no one escapes death. Like, I don't think it's that strong. I mean, you could have perks during the entire game to keep them from getting to end game, and if it's at end game and you did fairly decent with the perks you had, there's probably not going to be very many survivors left anyways. You're probably going to at least once one generator, once they're down to 1 generator, even the nicest killers have a brain, and they're probably going to try to kill off somebody. But I don't think it's really meta. A lot of cases, if you're playing against a good team, they're just going to do all their totems anyways before you even get, and then sometimes you don't even get to use it at all. So that could be a wasted perk completely. Not strong. It's good for weak killers. Devour Hope is pretty strong. I'm gonna have to go with a strong there. You'd want to probably pair it with Undying though, because if your Devour Hope gets taken away, then you're like, yeah, but they'll just rush gens. If you get 3 hooks, that gen rushing shit's gonna go bye-bye. Because Devour Hope, once you get 3 hooks, and assuming you do it right, and then you get a speed boost after like 10 seconds or some shit like that after hooking somebody. So that gives you like you can come back to the hook on the 3rd one, so it makes it really easy, and you're going to shit on people if you get all those stats. So I think it's pretty strong. Hex Huntress Lullaby, I mean, I'm on the fence about, because if it gets cleansed early, it sucks. But if they start failing skill checks, it's alright. But honestly, I can't really say that. I'm not the best survivor, and I don't really fail too many Huntress Lullaby skill checks or Doctor skill checks, so I don't really think of it as a great perk. But it's good on you can. But think about this: you can make a build out of anything. All right. Throw the hunt. It's okay. Haunted Grounds is good for protecting your totems. You'd have to put, like, you gotta pick your poison though. The thing is, you gotta pick tracking perks, or you're not gonna be able to find nobody. If you can't find nobody, you're not gonna get it down. You know what I'm saying? So, like, this is a slow the game down perk. Infectious Fright is one of my favorite perks in the game. If somebody's nearby, especially if they have flashlights and stuff like that, and you don't feel like running Franklin's because there's no key anyways, then this is amazing. And you can really snowball, especially, say you had Infectious Fright and you had like this popped up, or this, or you as a Myers tier 3. You're going to snowball. It's a snowball helper. I'm all ears. It's amazing. I love it. I don't really use it on M1 killers too often, but wherever. But I love it on my nurse, so it's pretty good. But you can use it on other killers, especially the stealthy kind. Okay. Make your choice. Love it. It's really good on killers like Freddy, or people that are really good at getting back at the hook. Billy's great. Freddy can hook somebody by a gen, and then as soon as they unhook them, he can teleport there, and then the chase is on. And it'll also make, in a lot of situations, I'll go there and somebody will be trying to get hit, and then I'll hit them, and then they'll be set healthy. So also sometimes when you see that, just run right past them, because they are trying to keep you from getting your make your choice. Nobody with make your choice just runs up and says, hit me, you know? Run past them, which means that's 3 people not doing nothing, by the way, with make your choice. So if you hook somebody, he's on the hook, so he's injured, and then the guy that unhooks, and then the other guy that's trying to get the bait. So that's 3 people. It's a very strong perk if done correctly. And Monitor and Abuse is okay. The Terror Radius, it will speed the game up. In other words, it'll make you in chases quicker. Not by much. In some cases, not at all. So it's situational. Knockout, situational. If you got Survivor Fringe, fuck. No Way Out, I think it's okay. It'd probably be paired well with a pretty good in-game build. That's quite a bit of seconds. You know what I'm saying? It'd be pretty good in some situations. The in-game build. Pop Goes the Weasel is pretty good. It's really good at regressing generators if you don't want to use Ruin. And if you know you're going to have a character that gets quick downs like the nurse and such. Alright, anybody with quick downs? Okay, this one's, I'm just going to be going through the pages. There's only 2 pages left, people. I'm sorry this video's so long, but you really got to cover some shit. Surveillance, it's pretty good with Ruin, because it'll automatically proc. If you have Ruin, Undying, Surveillance, and Tinkerer, then you look getting all them gens done in any period of quick time. So if you, like, sometimes you can have people like that, like the Doctor, he's really good at finding people, so you probably wouldn't need it. But that's overkill, by the way. What I would tend to do is probably make 1 to 2 tracking perks, then some slow the game down and speed the game up kind of perks. Save the best for last, speeds the game up for you. So, what I mean by speed up, it means it ends chases for you, which slows the game down from them getting gens done. It's a great perk. Good killer perk. Sloppy Butcher is a fucking amazing, especially on some killers. When they get sloppy butchered, sometimes you're pretty much got no head the whole game after you get your first hit on that character, because sometimes they will not fucking heal with sloppy butcher. Imagine that, just walking around being able to just insta down everybody, pretty much. So sloppy butcher is I think one of the best perks in the game for killer. Spies from the shadows, like tracking perks, it's not bad, especially if they fix the crows. It'd be really good, but then again, like, more experienced killers are just going to look and see a crow fly away, so it's kind of like they got a built-in spies from the shadows. But if it's behind you, and then like you're walking away, and then the crow flies behind, and you don't hear it, then this thing will definitely proc. It's pretty good on some maps. I'm not gonna lie, it's very strong on some maps. Spirit Fury sucks in my opinion. Any game I've ever seen. Here's my thing. I want something to proc and proc often if I'm killer with my perks. I don't want something that's going to give me a you know? I got a down. Yeah, I got a fucking down, really? 1 down, and it took me half a game to get 1 down out of this fucking perk? If you get to use this perk twice, 2 times in 1 game, I would be fucking surprised. That's what I'm saying. Like, think about it. How often is this ruin going to help me in the game? Probably like at least 6 to 7 times. I'm probably going to chase that many people off a generator, especially when I'm running this kind of build with these 3 together. Because I'm going to have ruin quite often, and I'm going to see whoever's got a gen pretty close to getting done. So, like, that's more reliable. We'll just put it that way. It sucks. I don't know how this became a thing, because you only have so much time. Like in a strong, people used to live and die by it. Like in a really strong competitive fucking game, dude. This proccing 2 times within that game wouldn't help you as much as other things would. All right, next. It sucks. Trash. All right, your unmatched showmanship. This perk is amazing, especially on a lot of killers. It's just gonna this is gonna talk about speeding the game up for you. You're gonna get reliable pressure with this perk. I don't know a situation where it's probably gonna be really strong all the time. You can make it stronger with other perks too, like Agitation pairs so well with this because it increases your terror radius more. You can walk them across the map. As soon as you hook that person, somebody within there saw it and they are starstruck, and then they are insta down. So they'd have to play very carefully, and you're gonna catch one of them motherfuckers off guard, probably more often than not. Then the people that try to body block, like, oh, this guy's on their last hook, we can't let that happen. Bam, lightning kisser. Which, if they're on their last hook, probably won't work. But I mean, the first time they do it, if they try to body block, then it's going to be like, plus you could bait it too, because you got Agitation. You could bait it, you could get some hellish value out of this perk. If they don't know you have it, which I body block, you know, if they don't know you have it, it's it could probably end games quickly. So yeah, I think it's one of the best perks in the game. They will counter it one day, but it's going to be hard to counter with some builds. Strider, it's good for information. Let me see if there's anything here, and then I'll just try to give some advice. Whispers is a good tracking perk. Remember, slow the game down, speed it up. That will speed it up for you and make you find people faster, get in chases, blah 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 blah. It's really good at finding the last person in the at the end game as well. Strider is great for spirit. It's just pretty strong. It makes you be able to hear groans of pain in the higher ranks. This would be if I was an M1 killer, this would be a pretty good perk to have, because most people are running with like a iron will and shit like that. So, all right. So you just gotta tracking and shit like that. Like if you're a killer that is really good at some things and downing people fast and efficiently, then you won't need as many game slowdown perks. And here's some builds that have worked for me in the past that you wouldn't think would work because there's no game slowdown. I just did this as a meme. I would throw that in there just because I called this the Speed Demon build, because everything you do is much faster than you normally would. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Save the best for last. And then it's like, you need something else with speed as well. Like you can go with, I've done this version of it. I don't like that version of it because there's other things that are speedy as well. And Agitation, I've done this version of it, which is kind of nice. Putting someone on the hook faster is actually pretty strong because it's less time you have to carry. You wouldn't believe how many times I've stopped the gym from getting done that I wouldn't have if I didn't have Agitation. And so I've actually done this build. It does work. It's pretty strong because everything you do is going to be much quicker. I'd probably do Fired Up if I was to be honest, just to be more fun. But there's been so many more perks since I've done this build. I don't play it as often as I used to. That there's other ways you could like at the end game or whatever, there might be a way to go for more speed. That's one variant. There's I'll show you some more builds. Just a couple more. Bear with me. We'll do the totem build. So, in other words, with this build, since I'm not gonna lie, since this build came to pass, there's been more perks, so I probably would change a few things. Just so you know. So we're gonna try to do that. So, but this is the key kicker. This right here. If they don't cleanse this, then they're probably gonna lose. If they don't cleanse this, they're definitely gonna lose. As soon as they start cleansing, they're gonna take a hit somewhere. And then I used to run it with Huntress Lullaby as well. But you do Retribution as well. That's all 5 see, here's the thing. They would have to literally cleanse every single totem on the map, which is time. That's what makes this so efficient. So you can pick this is the totem build. You can pick your build. It is efficient as well. You won't have as much tracking, but man, you can get some shit going. It's fun. It's all right. Here's my professional. If you're a professional nurse, this is your professional nurse build. What I think would be great if you're like top-notch nurse. emergency too. Mean build. It's mainly just tracking. Tracking perks is her forte, and maybe throw on something like that so they don't want to heal. Yeah, 2 people on a generator, you're always going to see it. You're always going to see barbecue and chili usually. At least 1 person to hit. It's just a bunch of tracking perks. If you're good at snowballing with the nurse, it's pretty good. You can also do you just you can put it on nurse's calling as well. Make it like that. You're gonna do well if you're a strong nurse. If you're really strong, and you can end chases rather quickly, then this will do you good. Or you could also run with Tinker. Tinker's pretty strong. There you go. Alright, I'm going to show you my Freddy build. It starts with Tinker. Then we got to go to the hexes. Then the last perk is pretty much your choice. I've been running barbecue and chili a lot, so barbecue and chili is pretty strong on it, but you can also run make your choice on it. You're pretty much, honestly, you don't need barbecue and chili. It's just I like it because it's blood points, but I probably wouldn't use it because Tinker. There's only so much you're going to be able to do in one match. Like, if I'm chasing, I could be in the middle of a chase, and then I hear that Tinker go off, then I'll be doing something else, you know? I'll be chasing them off that fucking generator, of course. Then get my down, and then sometimes barbecue and chili don't even work. So I don't really like barbecue and chili as a perk in general. I think there's a lot better perks. It's just really good for blood points. And, there's some pretty viable builds for you, and what I think are some of the strongest perks in the game. I think, wait, we haven't done the strongest build yet, have we? We have not. You're probably looking at it. These 3 perks are just so good at prolonging the fucking game, man. Slowing the game down. Them 3 with Starstruck, I'd roll with that with pretty much anybody and do okay probably. You got that insta down capability. You got the Killer's biggest complaint at the moment is how fast they do generators. They're not gonna get generators done too fast with this build. Only thing is, man, Bamboozle, you might not even get that first down without, that quickly, without Bamboozle on it. Jesus, I don't know. Well, that's my opinion. So I'll leave you guys at that. This is already a 30-minute video, and it shouldn't be. I'll see you guys next time.